Welcome back to Pleopod, your weekly dive into the fascinating world of tech. I'm Armin.
And I'm Maya. Today we're tackling a paradox that seems to be playing out across the biggest tech companies.
It's this idea of more GPUs, fewer humans. On one hand, companies like Amazon, Microsoft, Alphabet, and Meta are gearing up to spend an astronomical $725 billion in 2026, primarily on AI infrastructure. That's a huge jump from previous years. Microsoft alone is looking at $190 billion, and Meta is in the $125 to $145 billion range.
Right, and on the flip side, we've seen over 100,000 tech employees laid off recently, with many cuts occurring in the first few months of 2024. And often, the justification cited by these companies is precisely their massive investment in AI and the efficiencies it's supposed to bring.
Exactly. It's a narrative that's hard to ignore. Companies are building AI muscle, and apparently, human muscle is becoming redundant. But is that really the case?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Because the research coming out suggests it's not that simple. Gartner, for instance, has found no measurable correlation between these workforce reductions and the actual financial returns on AI investment. They looked at companies with over $1 billion in revenue, and the data just doesn't support the idea that cutting staff directly boosts AI ROI.
So if cutting staff isn't directly leading to better AI performance, what's going on? Are companies perhaps using a convenient umbrella term for other business decisions?
That's what some analysts are suggesting. The idea is that with slowing growth in other areas, or perhaps overstaffing from previous hiring booms, AI becomes a perfect forward-looking justification for cost-cutting. It sounds strategic and futuristic, rather than just belt-tightening.
That's a pretty cynical take, but it's understandable given the scale of both spending and layoffs. Cisco and other companies have indeed mentioned shifting funds towards AI infrastructure as a factor in their workforce changes.
Absolutely. And it's not just about cutting jobs. It's also about how companies are successfully leveraging AI. The research points to a different strategy. The companies that are actually seeing the highest return on investment from their AI initiatives are those focused on people amplification.
People amplification. Tell us more about that.
It means retraining and upskilling their current workforce to use AI tools. Instead of replacing people, they're empowering them to be more productive and innovative with AI. It's about augmenting human capabilities, not eliminating them. This approach seems to yield much better results than simply letting people go and hoping the machines pick up the slack.
That makes a lot of sense. It's about integration, not just automation. So you're saying the real AI success stories are those that see AI as a collaborator with humans, not a replacement for them. Precisely. The hyperscalers are in an AI arms race, and the massive infrastructure investment creates pressure to monetize rapidly. But the companies that are finding that sweet spot are the ones who are smart about integrating AI into existing workflows, and crucially, investing in their people to make that integration seamless and effective.
It sounds like a more sustainable and productive path forward. So this more GPUs, fewer humans narrative might be a bit of a misdirection, or at least an oversimplification. I think that's a fair assessment. While AI is undoubtedly a massive technological shift, driving significant infrastructure investment, the direct link to mass layoffs as the primary ROI driver appears weak, according to current research. The companies thriving with AI are often those that embrace their human capital.
Fascinating. So for software builders listening, it might be more about learning how to leverage AI tools to amplify your own work rather than fearing obsolescence.
Exactly. Understanding how to work with AI is becoming a critical skill. And for companies, investing in that understanding within their existing teams seems to be the smartest play for long-term AI success.
Maya, this has been incredibly insightful. It really reframes how we should look at these massive tech investments and the often accompanying layoffs.
Happy to dig into it, Armin. It's a complex landscape, and it's important to look beyond the headlines.
Absolutely. That's all the time we have for today on Pleopod. Join us next week for another deep dive into the tech world. I'm Armin.
And I'm Maya. See you then.